Hey guys, Teacher Ashley here. Welcome to VIP Kid. I am going to give you an overview of the company because I've recently started I've recently started recruiting potential teachers for VIP Kid, and it seems like a lot of people have the same questions over and over and over and over again. So I am going to make this video. This is my first video, so here goes. Anyway, I'm making this video to give you an overview about the company, what you need to do to get hired, what are the props that you need to get hired, what equipment you need, and I had a number 4, but I can't remember what it is. I'm hoping as we go through that it will come to me, so here goes. So first of all, for the company overview, the name of the company is VIP Kid. It is based out of Beijing, China. The company was started, I think, in 2013, and now it has grown to 450,000 students. All of them are in China. Most of them are in Beijing and Shanghai, but there's no limit really as to where they are. So there's 450,000 students, and there's about 45,000 teachers. Most of the teachers are in the United States and in Canada, but I will say this job is really good for military families because you have to be one of the requirements, that's what the number 4 was, the requirements. One of the requirements is that you have to be able to legally work in the United States or in Canada. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be living in the United States or Canada. So when I was hired, I had one of my interviews was with a mentor teacher, and she lived in Nepal. So I thought that was so cool because how often do you get to talk to somebody that lives in Nepal? So anyway, so that's a little bit about the company overview. They are looking to expand. They are going to be expanding to 2 other countries in Asia, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the names are. I think it's Japan and South Korea, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that one. But I do know they are expanding. So they definitely need more teachers. There are something like 12 million children between the ages of 4 and 12 in China. So even if they don't expand, there's still a lot of children that are able to be working or going through the VIP Kid program. VIP Kid, as far as I have heard, which I don't have soundproof evidence on this is just kind of heard through the grapevine, but I have heard that VIP Kid is the most prestigious company or prestigious like ESL tutoring company in China. Parents really like to say that their child is a VIP kid, and it's smiled upon, I guess, to learn English from an American versus learning English from the Chinese, because they want their children to speak Chinese or speak English with an American accent, not with a Chinese accent. So, how to get hired? There is a process to go through for the hiring process. First of all, you can use my link. I'm going to put it below. That is my referral link. I get a small bonus for helping people get hired. So if you sign up through me or you sign up using my referral link, then that kind of ties your name to me, and it lets the company know that I am helping get hired. And then once you do get hired, then the company gives me well, not once you get hired. Once you teach your first class, then the company gives me a bonus. So first of all, you sign up, you use my referral link below, you sign up, then it's going to ask you for your basic information like your name and your address. It's also kind of going to ask you like resume experience, like your teaching experience is really what they care about. You need to have 1 year of experience with kids. Doesn't necessarily have to be teaching. It can be coaching, it could be mentor, it could be volunteering, it could be teaching Sunday school, it could be homeschooling, and of course it could be the traditional teaching. But it's not limited to those things. So you can, I don't want to say use your imagination. I don't think that's it. You could be creative, and don't make anything up. Obviously, you don't want to lie on an application. But you do need to have 1 year of teaching experience, and you also need to have at least a bachelor's degree in any field. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be in education. It doesn't have to be in English. It doesn't have to be in Asian studies or in anything else related to education. It just needs to have a bachelor's degree, because the Chinese really place a high emphasis on education, and they want their children to learn from experienced teachers, and they want their children to learn from what they consider to be smart teachers, I guess. And so, yeah, having a bachelor's degree is what you need. So you sign up, you go through filling out all of your information and everything, and then you'll probably get an email right away. Yes, you passed, or no, you did not. And if you passed, then congratulations, that's your first step. And then you can move on to the next step, which is an interview and the demo lesson. And so you could do your demo lesson one of two ways. You can do a recorded lesson, and that's usually what I recommend for my referrals, because you can record it, you use their platform, but you record it, they give you the lesson, they give you the curriculum ahead of time, so you have plenty of time to practice, and then you'll set a time for your demo lesson or for your interview, say it's 11 o'clock, and then I think you have 2 hours to, you can go into their classroom, their virtual classroom, and you can practice, and you could stop the recording and start over again, and start and stop and start and stop. And you could do that, I think, for 2 hours, and then it will automatically send it on. And then VIP Kid watches that, and they can either say, yes, you pass your demo interview, or no, you do not. And so if you pass your demo interview, then you move on to the next round. And the next round is really more of their training. They train, this is their training as you go, because it's a big, humongous company, and they really do have teachers all over the world. They really want to see that you are using their teaching methods. So they are coaching you how to use their teaching methods while you're teaching their students. And so you watch a bunch of videos, you take some quizzes, you watch some videos, you take some quizzes, yada, yada, yada. Once you do all of that, then you're ready to schedule your Mach 1 interview. And for most people, that is the hardest interview for a VIP Kid. It's the hardest interview because you are live in the classroom with a student, and by student I really mean a mentor teacher who has a lot of experience with VIP Kid. I think they have to have like 3 years or something with VIP Kid, or they're at least on their 3rd contract. So that's a year and a half. And so they, again, just like with the demo, they are going to give you the lesson ahead of time, and you'll have plenty of time to practice, 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 practice. Of course, you'll be in communication with me, and you can ask me any questions that come up along the way, how you use props, how I use the props, how I use the rewards, how I would teach the slides, anything like that. I'm happy to help you get hired. And then you will schedule your Mach 1 interview, and so you'll go into the classroom, and you're going to go through they'll ask you like, hello, how are you? What is your experience? They'll kind of do like interview type questions. And then you'll have, I think, 25 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes to do the Mach 1. And that's the first lesson is like you are teaching to a 5-year-old. And so the lesson is based on what you would teach to a 5-year-old. And then the second part and then they'll stop the lesson. They'll give you some feedback. And the feedback is usually very good feedback. It's very specific to your strengths and your weaknesses. They want to see you use that feedback and change for the mock or for the second part of the lesson. And the second part of the lesson is usually is for an intermediate student about age 9 or 10. They want to see how you change how you talk to a 9-year-old versus how you talk to a 5-year-old. They want to see your rewards change if it's appropriate. If your rewards are like animal stickers, these are my rewards for some of my rewards for the littler ones. I usually don't do these types of rewards for the older students. So they want to see that your rewards are appropriate for whatever age that you are teaching. And then that's it for your mock. And then of course you go through the lesson, and then they give you a little bit more feedback, and then that's it. And then it's the waiting game after that. You see if you pass or if you fail, or if you need to reapply. If you need to reapply, that doesn't mean that you suck. It doesn't mean that they're not interested in you. It means that they think you have potential and they want to see more of you. So then you do the same thing with your Mock 2. They again give you another lesson. They again give you time to go through and practice, practice, practice. I would be honored if you would give me a call or touch base with me so that I can help you through it. And then you do the same thing. You schedule your time for your Mock 2. You go into the classroom with the student, which is again another mentor teacher, and you go through the lesson just like you did. And then again, it's the waiting game. It usually takes, I think, up to 48 hours for them to reply. It's not that long. And then that's when you find out. You find out if you're a VIP Kid teacher or not. After that, it's smooth sailing, and it's all smooth sailing from there. Then you sign your contract, you give them your banking information and your W-2 information, and you have to upload your teaching certificate if you have one. You have to give them a picture of your bachelor's degree or whatever your highest degree is. And then I think that's about it. Then once they okay everything, they'll verify it, and then you can upload your video. You can upload your bio for the parents to see, and then they verify that, and then you can open up your slots, and then you can start making money. Hey. Okay, and the last thing, actually, I am about to end. I'm about to run out of time on here, but the last thing is the props and equipment needed to begin. So the equipment that you need for your interview is you need to have, obviously, a computer. There's a bug in here. You need to have a computer with really fast internet. I don't have anything special. We just use Spectrum. We did have AT&T. AT&T got expensive, and it was slower than Spectrum. Spectrum was faster and cheaper, so it was obvious for us to switch. But you don't have to have anything special, just regular old high-speed internet. You need to have a computer with a camera, either an external camera or a built-in camera. You need to have headphones with a microphone, and you don't need to have one, but I always recommend a mute button on your headphones, because you can mute yourself if you sneeze, or if you have to yell at your kid, or if you have to yell at your dog, you can mute yourself. And then I think that's it for the equipment. Props. I have a whiteboard. This is a small whiteboard. Everything that I got, you do need to have a background that looks somewhat like a classroom. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. I went to the dollar store. I spent $7 on my classroom setup. I got hired Christmas Eve. My first class was at 5 a.m. on Christmas Eve. So this is wrapping paper that I got at the dollar store for $1. It's just wrapping paper. The letters are from the dollar store. The map is from the dollar store. Those flag things are from the dollar store. I'm pretty sure I got this at Target for like $15, and I never use it. The stickers came from the dollar store. All my props came from the dollar store. Let's see, what else do you need to start with? You need to have these letters. Let me check my time. Okay. I borrowed the letters for my demo interview. I think you needed the letter M. So I have a couple friends who have young children, and so I just borrowed these magnetic letters, like those refrigerator magnet letters, you know, and I just borrowed the letter M, and I think X, and maybe a couple other letters for the interview. And then that's it. Once I was hired, then I was like, okay, I guess I really need to splurge and buy these little letters, and they were like $13 on Amazon. No big deal. You also need to have some sort of rewards. Stickers are fun. You put the stickers on your face. You put the stickers on your face as they earn their rewards. And then let's see. Oh, I also got this money at the dollar store. This is good for older students. Especially if they're a little bit more fluent in English and they understand like what money is. When you show this to them and they're like, ooh, money, and they understand what it is. If they don't really understand what money is or what a US dollar is, then they're going to be really confused, and there's still that language barrier, and it gets kind of awkward after that. I also use this whiteboard. This is a little bit bigger than the other one, and I use this whiteboard and I play tic-tac-toe on this whiteboard. I do that a lot with the older students because they kind of understand how to play tic-tac-toe. Sometimes those smaller ones don't know how to do it. Okay, and I think that's it. So again, I'm going to put my link below if you want to follow the link and sign up, I would be honored. And please contact me when you do so that I can make sure that I know that you're there and that I can help you. And please ask me questions. Okay, good luck and welcome to VIP Kid.